Welcome to the Locker, Season 4, Episode 12. I'm your man, A. White. Got my voice back. 90%. I'm playing hurt, playing through it. Along with my man, V. Styles. March Sadness, March Madness, however you look at it. If you got a perfect bracket, then you on some other stuff. What's up, man?
Are you hurt or are you injured?
Hurt.
Okay. All right. So we all good then. You ain't injured. So we all good. All right. Let's rock and roll then.
What's going on over there?
Man, nothing, man. Track season. Crazy, man. Never.
Back you in the South. There ain't track season up there. It's cold. We get 70 degrees and we get 30 degrees.
It's still track season. It's still high school. Oh, college track season for sure.
Ooh.
Hey, it's cold. It's cold. That's why we got to build that damn indoor facility as soon as possible. Because apparently they kicked us. I said us. They kicked the track team out of the Nutter Field House. So something's got to go.
Well, apparently they making a new. I think they're making a new facility, just straight football that they don't have to share.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna go I don't know if that's just gonna go to track. If the indoor are gonna go specifically to track, shit, they win the championship too.
No, the track is getting a brand new one where the baseball field used to be.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, let them go ahead and let them get them on.
I was trying to explain to somebody because apparently, and this is the shit that pisses me. Ooh, we gotta get into this today. Coach Stoops' Saturday speech. This is the shit that pisses me off. We both practice in Nutter Fieldhouse, right?
Right.
We never complained about that damn thing because we were extremely ecstatic just to have someplace to go inside when it's like bad weather, right?
Right.
So then people fucking complain about, oh my God, that's not a real good facility, blah, 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 blah. The track, the damn end zones are cut off. Dude, the end zone issue pisses me off more than anything else. We run red zone offense, defense, right?
Right.
So we only probably use 20 yards of the field, right?
Right.
We don't use the whole 100, right?
Right.
So if it's cutting off the end of the end zone, you move the fucking pylons to the goal line and move the front pylons to the 10-yard line. Now, I understand. That's definitely something to bitch about. No problem bitching about it. But when people say our facility is garbage, have not been to other facilities. Because I know one facility right here in Baton Rouge that people don't like. LSU indoor facility is not very good. It's tight. It's old. It's older than ours. And here's the thing. Once you move those lanes out, that's 10 yards of real estate per side.
Right.
That fucking facility is going to get humongous. That's not counting the end zone. Just the two sidelines are going to get mad huge. And then I saw somehow the ceiling was low. Who the fuck throws a ball that fucking high?
I think they're talking about for kicking purposes.
Okay. Kickers go your ass outside. Y'all don't do shit anyway. You got a kicking element. Go take your ass outside and kick a few balls and come back and warm up.
Yeah, it's really just your trajectory anyways. You just want the contact.
Yeah.
Because you ain't got no wind involved in it or nothing. But, I think one thing, I don't know when you heard this, I think one thing they were trying to say, and I guess we'll get into it as well. I think one thing they were trying to say was that Will couldn't unleash his cannon because he couldn't get the ball high enough in the air because of the nets that hang down for baseball or whatever sport. I think it might be soccer. I don't know. I don't know why they bring them nets down.
Yeah.
So
now that I'm down with. Yes, that we need a facility really for us. I will go down for that, and that's what I said. The greatest thing about that is getting the fucking track team and getting the other sports, because other sports want to use the track to do conditioning. So you get them out of there. So yeah, that makes sense. But don't fucking call our facility shitty. Is it the best? Well, was it the best? Far from it. But was it the worst? Way far from it. There's some people who ain't even got a fucking indoor.
Well, let me.
I
don't know. Do you know? I don't know.
I don't know either. Probably not.
Here's one thing you got to take in consideration. And you Grandpa Van, apparently, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I feel what you're saying because I'm right up there with you. But I do understand times are changing. It ain't about the shit we went through. Here's one thing about it, Van. Our facilities, if they were made, dude, our facilities was made over 30 years ago.
Right.
With the money being, and you tell me if I'm wrong, with the money being circulated, why does anything, so if you had a 30-year-old Benz, you cool with that? You got, a 30-year-old house, if you got a lot of money, a 30-year-old house is still, you're going to do some renovations or whatnot. The fact that this stuff is 30 years, and I think it's right back to where we were at with the recruiting room, where back when that stuff, our locker room, recruiting room, and our locker room was top of the line back in the 90s.
Yeah.
The one they got now is top of the line now.
Right.
But we only talking about the locker room.
Right.
So I think your point was misguided. Not originally. It's gonna get on track. We gonna get to it. But it sounds like you're just talking about the facilities. No, you're not really talking about the facilities. We're talking about the audacity,
right,
of you to act like,
right,
this ain't your standards. Now, do we got potential to win the SEC? Yeah, motherfucker, win the SEC. Then we'll listen to you a little more. We are on that trajectory,
right?
And maybe we do deserve some upgrades. But don't act like you've arrived already. That's the point.
But Anthony, hold on though. You and I practice in Nutter. That was across the street. That you had to walk your ass. You had to either drive to the field house or walk your ass in the cold to the field house, right? Them jokers got a state-of-the-art craft center right across the walkway from the fucking football field. So that was your upgrade. And you got that upgrade when we were not where we are now. We got that craft center when we were winning 7 games, right? So now they got that. Now, and I'm going to say this. I understand Stoops asking for more because the great thing about as a coach, you got to sell this to 17, 18-year-olds. And all they want to see is they comparing your shit to Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, even though Alabama indoor ain't that great either. LSU, their indoor ain't that great. The other people around you, right? Michigan probably got a great indoor, right? So I understand from a recruiting point that he wants that shit to be ours, not to be shared.
Right.
But the audacity for fans. That Joe Craft Center is pretty fucking nice. I walked in that bitch a few years ago. I'm like, damn. They got shit that every other high-ranking program has available to their, I want to say, to their athletes. I'm not going to say student athletes, to their fucking athletes, to their NIL athletes, which Anthony will say is the damn hall of sports. So that damn building itself is unbelievable. The upgrades they have made to the stadium is pretty damn nice. Now they finally get into the indoor facility. There are not that many teams whom I know of whose indoor facility is locked into the damn football facility. You ain't got to go outside.
Yeah.
I don't know of too many. Yeah. So, pretty fucking nice.
No, like I said, I agree with you, and it's deeper to it. I'm gonna let me say this, man. Let me do some housekeeping. For the next 14 months, I will reiterate to you all, and Van as well, NIL and transfer portal It's gonna ruin sports. I ain't gonna say it's gonna ruin. It's gonna change sports dramatically. It's gonna change college sports dramatically. And I'm gonna get down to USM Cat fans' point. USM Cat fan, as Van stated earlier, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this. It isn't 100. It is 120-yard field. Well, it's 117 yards.
No, it's 120 plus because there's some.
No, I'm saying that you cut the corner. I'm talking them. The point. The only point they making is you could cutting off them corners of the end zone.
It's not 53 1/3 yards wide all the way down.
Oh, it's not. I didn't. Oh, okay, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just the corners taken out. It's
117 yards. The only thing you missing is if you running a fade or a corner route in the end zone. That's the only point you missing.
Right.
And like I said, if it's that detrimental to you, if you that smash route happy, then just like I said, Van said, but I don't like throwing the baby out the bathwater. I do not. It's a gripe to have. Like, yeah, we would like to have a full, sideline so the guys don't have to stand on the track or whatever when they cleats. The whole but if you got 120 and all you are missing, if you get a brand new BMW and the leather's a little worn in it, yeah, nah, man, get me a new one. All right, well, you're gonna pay for that one. We're gonna give you this one. That's kind of where we at with that whole thing. But I don't know where we're running. I do think where I don't agree with Van, like I said, I don't think Van's thing is about the facilities. I do think that as long as those facilities we've had, they probably are due for upgrades. So we may be somewhere around the bottom. I don't know if we're at the bottom of that season. No. We can't be beneath Vandy, Ole Miss,
Mississippi.
Well, Ole Miss got Eli Manning in them.
Yeah, no,
Mississippi State shit seemed like bullshit.
At Mississippi State, Missouri. I'm telling you, dude, our facility, except probably the locker room, because LSU just got upgraded to the locker room. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. Their stadium is better. Their locker room is okay. LSU might have it above us, but shit, Florida, from what I've heard, Florida resources are not that great.
Oh,
from what I heard.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it as of late, but I've heard gripes about Florida for so as well as they were. But remember, that's been a long time since they've been great, though. Yeah, so maybe that's why they haven't upgraded. I mean, Alabama indoor facility is pretty damn tight. Yeah. It's tight. But the thing about it here, but Alabama, all your southern teams, they are outside 99.99% of the time.
Right.
So their indoors don't have to be great. I guess that's why LSU hasn't really gone to upgrading that facility. So that might be why. But dude, here's the thing. For us to have not won a SEC championship, have not won a division championship, for us not to end in the top 10 at the end of the year, for our facilities to be what they are, is pretty remarkable.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. So I guess we start off and get down to what you started already talking about. UK football, some of the attitudes, Coach Stoops rant. Here's the thing about it. Coach Stoops ran this thing kind of that fucks me around. Coach Stoops' rant was brought on by you. Like, he is only going to do what you allow him to do. Like, Dabo's probably asshole in person and behind closed doors. He's probably likable in some instances, but some of the things he say is borderline. Like, I'm the man, shut the fuck up and spin records. That's right. All you do is spin records. And once this losing gets contagious to him, once they start getting all this losing, all that stuff's going to be brought to the forefront. Stoops has created, and I've said this for a long time, he is extremely player friendly. Now, can you reel these guys back in and get them to understand? Because apparently, spring practice, ain't going the way they want it to go. Apparently, the days of and Van don't recall this 100%. The days of you do it the hell I tell you to do it, get off my field. These players getting off the field.
Ooh.
Somebody else got off the field back in 96 and never came back on the field. Ooh. So I already understand. So now these players got all the damn leverage. They got all the cards in their hand. And I know firsthand that you can't. Back then, you couldn't tell a coach what you wasn't going to do, and you couldn't even have a disagreement whether you liked it or not. Now, these kids got all the cards. Here, I'm going to say this. I'm going to drop a nugget.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to give y'all a little tea.
Take your time, brother. Take your time. Take your time.
Word is. Liam ain't all that comfortable. Liam is kind of like, whoa, what's going on around here? Like, this ain't where I left.
Ooh.
Maybe he can get things together, whatever. What I get from what I'm seeing in the inner speaking. Not that I don't read too much into it.
Oh, I'm reading. Oh,
me and you on the same page, but these people out here, because you ain't getting this information from no other beat writers. Ain't no beat writer. And if they can tell you what it is, I could tell you what it is. Van and I gonna know what it is. But Liam is surprised at the situation he came back to, put it like that. And I don't know what Stoops gonna do. I don't know.
This harkens me back to Tubby Smith. Remember
Spring
Tubby Smith
ain't going the way players want it. I mean, it ain't going the way coaches want it.
Right. Remember when Tubby Smith, he won the national championship and he had a decent run, right? Then he got that class with McGlure and Crawford and Rondo, I think was that class. Like all these.
No, McGlure was before them.
Okay. So it was Crawford
together. You talking about Crawford and what's dude from New York? Ramil Bradley and
okay. So
Robbie
he got that class, which was the best class that he ever recruited, right? And they had turned out to be some prima donnas. Remember Crawford? Even though Crawford did have a couple good games, but turned out to be some prima donnas, right? Wouldn't listen to coach. Coach, when he had Chuck Hayes, can't think of the post player he had those guys who was hard-nosed, blue-collar, the players he won't.
Oh, Sleepy Floyd was the other dude. I can't think of
you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So when they had him, they wasn't, I don't like to say, they were just not as talented, not high-end talent, right? When he got them, the program started because Tubby couldn't reach them. The same thing. Here's my explanation. There's one position group on the football team that can change the culture. That can change the culture from being hard-nosed to not being hard-nosed. And that position group is our best position group on the team. They got the most talent on the team. It's got probably more guys that are going to get drafted out of that room than any other room. I mean, high, not just 6, 7. I'm talking about first, second, third round draft picks.
Right.
And when those guys start hearing, see, we didn't have this social media thing. If you didn't see ESPN at 10 o'clock, you had to wait till the next day at 10 o'clock. So if you missed it, you missed it. All right. So now when you got ESPN 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, it's constant. You can miss it a few times and still hear it, right? You can stream CBS, NBC, Fox, all that shit all the time, right? So you can get the news on, people are noticing me. Oh, I'm that dude now. For that position group, that can become a problem. And it's a problem, especially when you only got one football and a new quarterback. You got a new quarterback with one football. I was freshman SEC. I was All-American my first year. Oh, now what are you going to do to stay there though? Some kids don't know the work is just beginning. Some people think, oh, the work is ended because I'm that dude now. I think that's why.
Yeah, I think you're 100% on it. I think you're 100. Well, my question is, and that ain't how you spell his name. Don't disrespect that man. How you spell Cohen? Take the H out.
Yeah, take the H out.
Take the H out, Cobby Kyle.
Come on, Cobby. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Now we need a segment, man. We have to come up with a segment. But I think there's a little surprise about the O-line because there's some work to do. Well, I think when he came to O-line the first time, it was already together. They already knew they moving people around. They trying Jagger at center, so moving Cox back out the guard. So I think that the biggest surprise is, I don't know. You know one thing about the excitement of having a new offense coordinator, especially you got to think back on us, 96. Well, you weren't there when 97 came around, but knowing that you have a offense that's ranked 110th in the nation, and you got Tim Couch and you got a quarterback who willing to throw that thing, man. Sure, let's see what's up. Let's go, man. I'm tired of stock blocking all day long.
Right.
So and I think that's what happened the first time Liam was here.
Yeah.
So part of it is now everybody think, Berrien think he going to the league. Dane think he going to the league. Robinson think he going to the league. All these dudes got aspirations like, hey, man, hey, all right, this is what I need y'all to do. I need you to get off the bunk. I need you to, move. I need you to move expeditiously on your motions. If we switch sets, I need you to, you know what I'm saying? And these dudes look at you like, man, look, I caught for 800 yards last year. You know what I mean, man? Just tell. And then he's like, whoa, because they not as hungry. But what Liam brought the last time he came, when Liam came, we just had people that didn't want to stalk block while Lynn Bowden ran the ball.
Right.
But so it's just kind of, I think it's a little bit of the attitude of, Liam, you ain't the big dog no more. Like, we the big dog. Hey, what can you do for me? And that convincing is gonna be a tough sell.
No. I don't watch because I'm not there, but I read quotes from coaches. And when Liam Cohen said that, I'm paraphrasing, like, our offense is basically built on the run game. And we ain't there. This is a damn OC who used to be a quarterback. Dude, this is an OC that was a quarterback. They like to slang that damn thing around.
Right.
So to me, I don't read it as, for me, as the O-line is suffering. I read it as my guys are too one to fucking throw the ball 80 times in practice instead of being balanced. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting, coach, I'm not getting enough balls thrown, and I'm running fucking routes, and I'm stalk blocking. We supposed to be tossing this thing around. I don't read it as the O-line sucks. Not saying that the O-line doesn't need to work, but an OC who likes to pass the ball deep, who likes to push the ball down the field. For him to say those words, I read deeper between the lines of just, the O-line's not run blocking, and we're not running the ball. Oh, no. I don't read it as that. I read it as some people upset that they ain't passing the ball more in practice because Cohen saying we are a run-based offense first. Play action next. So you MFers are going to have to lay some blocks down because he said that two players need to get bigger so that they can get out the line. And so when they block, hits, run block, that they are able to sustain a block.
Yeah, because now everybody got film on y'all, and you know better than anybody playing DB. You already said the biggest concern is speed of the receiver. So if you got motherfucker running 4.3, 4.2, What I don't want to do is stand off and give you a two-way go.
Yeah.
So I gotta try to lay you as much as possible at the line of scrimmage. So you ain't about to keep on after we see some of these players probably can't, you know what I'm saying? Probably can't get in your routes, get open on your routes. As easy. But I did hear that we got a returning player that had been here a little bit. Light in the ass and can make plays, but you got too much work to do before you can even make the play. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might have been a hell of a runner. I might have been a hell of a pass catcher. But if I can't pick up the blitz and when the ball ain't in my hands, if I'm a detriment, now we got decisions to make. And then Tim Couch going to throw that thing 40 times. We need you doing more blocking than we need you doing running. So that's kind of a little bit of it. Yes. What about the rumor Stoops had to go to Robinson late in the season and tell him the OC Scangarello's gone? I don't know if Van ever heard about it. I heard that was true. That Tavion, I don't know. I heard Tavion said he ain't coming back if Scangarello coming back. And that he didn't play in the bowl game, right? I think he refused to play for him anymore.
No. Yeah. No. He actually did. Because I remember him getting some the first couple. He got some plays early. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think he did. Whatever it was something about him. Oh, wait a minute. Scangarello didn't coach the bowl game.
He did.
So, okay, that's what it was. Scangarello. It was something about playing in the bowl game with Scangarello. So, man, a lot of people didn't like Scangarello. I don't think Scangarello messed up the culture. And you know one thing about it? He did run a shitty – I don't know if he ran a shitty offense. His preparation, his execution, and his delivery on how to execute the offense didn't translate. But, man, if I come in new from the NFL, I don't know if I'm listening. Because even when you come from college to the NFL, if you ain't a first-round pick, we lost Van and fell on the floor. If you ain't a first-round pick, I think they treat you just like you a chump. So I think it's kind of the same thing when you come from NFL to college. Like, look, man, I done been to the promised land. I done been where you trying to get to. Listen here, you little punks. And I don't think them cats was on it. But shit, they said Scangarello wasn't flexible at all. Like it wasn't no compromise in his game, man. He was living and dying by whatever his techniques, whatever his philosophies were. You back?
Will understand this. Huh?
All right, you back. You delayed. You'll catch up soon. Go ahead. Keep talking.
What's that? You lost me?
No, you good. Your mouth and your words ain't adding up, but I think it's gonna catch up. Go ahead.
I am on a delay. All right. You will get this more than other people will. Scangarello is Mike Martz. Scangarello is like, run my shit. I don't care. If there's a 12-man blitz, we still run that deep-ass seam. I don't care. You just got to get off. That's what Scangarello is. I'm not saying Scangarello was the best anything. Was he a better play call than Cohen? No. I would never say that. But was he the sole reason to the shit? No. Because I'm going to say this. If Scangarello gets the offensive line that Liam Cohen had his first year, I don't think that's much difference. I'm not saying we are better. I'm not saying we are worse. All I'm saying is I don't think that it's it's much different. All right. But you can't come after. It's like that Duke coach Shire, whatever his name, coming off the Coach K. Shire had a pretty good year. It ain't Coach K year though. So he doesn't look as well. The same thing with Skang. Skane came after Liam. Liam, to me, as I said on this show, I think the players gravitate to him more than they would Skane. Because in the NFL, we don't gravitate to coaches. In the NFL, I'm giving you, it's your job now. I'm giving you what we're doing, and you take it and digest it and do whatever you gotta do to be able to play on Sunday. They don't hold your hand in the NFL. They ain't no, all right, come here, Anthony, come here. Look. What if I take out like half of the verbiage on the play and make it a little bit shorter? No, my play is my play. And I'm giving everybody, and this in NFL, they tell everybody what they're gonna do in one play call. In high school, it might be toss 22 or something like that. North, toss 22. Simple. In NFL, nah. They tell them the motion, the shift, what each receiver's gonna do. It's totally different. And I don't think the players like the fact that we had an offense that was running, and we was told that we're gonna have the same style offense, but now you just fucking flipped it. And then we got a damn paragraph for a play call, and you are not listening to us as what we feel like is best for us. You just said, fuck it. You running what I say call. I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, but that's how Mike Martz was. So there was no checks. When Mike Martz called a play, you run the fucking play. I don't care what the defense does. You run the play. So I think there was that disconnection between Skang and the kids, but I don't think Skang is a horrible play caller. I just don't think he's a play caller for college.
Hey, this is what I was thinking about the other day, man. Wolford. So how much now we gave Wolford a bunch of bullshit. And everybody who watched practice, the media guys I talked to said Wolford used to cuss at him, yell at him, berate him, or whatever. I mean, I played under Eddie Hughes, like, man. He'll put foots and hands on you. He grabbed me one time. It was about to be a whole situation. He looked at me. He told me he'd kill me. I was thinking to myself, but my whole thing is, how much of that maybe Wolford seen? You know, he yelling at him, and then he had a decent offensive line, but knew next year coming back, them dudes he was yelling at was decent. And they didn't like it, but he knew what was coming back the next year. You yelled them dudes. I wonder how much weight that is.
Dude, I said it. Wolford, if we had talent, I don't think he leaves. Because he's in such a good situation, right? The whole thing that set that offensive line backwards, and we both know, and I think people know too, that people will negatively recruit against you. Once Slaughter had his issues, I guarantee you teams started to say, hey, we don't know how long that coach is going to be here. So it's jackassy, but you know people use that. So that recruit, where Slaughter had his issues, the recruiting class that year wasn't as good. And that affected that O-line. And the bad part about it is Yenser was the guy who got the brunt of it.
Right.
Last year. And I have no idea if he can coach O-line yet. Because the guys he had on that O-line last year, but we talk on here all the time. As a former quarterback, as a guy who watched other teams, if an other team had one bad O-lineman, they will scheme around his ass. They will make sure he gets a chip. They will make sure he gets the double team block. They'll make sure they run away from his ass. There's ways to scheme around one guy, especially if it's a tackle. But when you had a center that was new, you had a tackle that was bad, you had the guard next to him wasn't very good. And on the other side, you had a tackle. It was just, you ran with a bad hand in space. All right, y'all, I'm going to just say in a spade hand for the people who know spades. When you look at your hand, you have no face cards and a deuce of spades. You look at your partner, He's like, I hope you got something. He's like, fuck, we can't even get bored. That's what Yinsa got into. He was like, Wolfer had a hand, and Yinsa had a hand. They looked at each other like, we ain't gonna even make board, but I'm out. I gotta get a new partner. That's what Wolfer said.
They didn't let the agents. I don't know how long you've been around the program, Mr. Jones. Kentucky does a lot of bullshit. I said on here, I told Van, and Van didn't realize. I played in the East-West. I played in the Florida USA game, my last All-Star game. And I get back on Sunday. My agent called me Sunday night and said, "Do you know the Kentucky moved the pro day to Monday?"
Oh, you told me about that.
And I was like, dude, only people, I think really the only people we had draft eligible was myself, Anwar, well, not draft eligible, me, Anwar, Snedeker, and Gordon Crow.
Okay.
Now, me and Snedeker were the only two, me and Snedeker and Waylon was the only ones who went to the combine. So it was just odd that they did like and it matter and I don't know what's happened after me, but they do some jacked up shit like we Ohio State or somebody. Like I know when you go to the combine, Ohio State people don't perform at the combine because they got all this little shit they do. Is they said, I know it ain't true, but they act like people run 40s out of blocks and all this other stuff, which I know ain't true. But they act like Ohio State got extra stuff they do. But it is crazy that David Boston, like a lot of people who run at Ohio State, it's like some of the best times that you heard because David Boston was a big ass dude. So I don't know why they did. Maybe it had something to do with Will. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe the NFL, because it was 100 and some teams there. Maybe the NFL requested, or not 100 some teams. 100
no, it was 100 some people there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some bullshit though. And this is why it's bullshit. There's a reason why. I don't know. Shit, man. I'm almost 30 years away from this shit. But it's interesting that they let invites of the players in, though. Like a player has I don't know how many people they are able to invite. They let them people in. They let the media in. So is it and this is what, like I said about the facilities earlier, unless you have traveled to all the facilities, it's kind of hard for you to rank facilities. If you only been to Ohio State and try to say I was worse than Ohio State and I was a shitty, that's poor logic. Are other teams not? Is this a UK thing or this a Southeastern Conference thing?
He said everybody. He said we the only team in the SEC that does it. Let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this.
Odd.
Here we go. I think I'm on to something though. Knowing what you know about our compliance department, you got pro day, and the players, our players, I think they working out. They doing their stuff as well. Dane Key running routes, Barry Brown running routes, Tavion Robinson running routes. Just knowing how, and now Sandy Bell ain't over it no more. Just knowing how our compliance department is.
Yeah,
we really don't want you walking over the dang like, hey, man, give me a call in a couple years.
Right.
Barry, that may be it. I don't want to give him a complete black eye. I should give him a black eye because they some
that's
ass.
Interesting.
They do they want to do, but
because my agent came because my agent timed out 40.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't the only. I mean, he wanted to see what he timed it and making sure them jackasses weren't going to try to round up into 2 or 3 tenths. You know what I'm saying? They don't, because he tell like, this is what I got, what y'all got. So my agent was definitely there, but that was 1996 though.
And plus, y'all probably had that many prospects the year after either.
No, it was me, Chris Ward.
I'm talking about the years following, so they ain't have nobody to be worried about the contact.
Yeah.
Yo, year was the year I got kicked off the team. Shit, I know what was on that team.
Yeah.
Y'all started off 1 and something. Well, we started off wanting something.
Well,
y'all finished 4-7.
Yeah. That's odd to me. Okay, my question is this, Mr. Jones, were the agents able to be there but not in the facility? Because you know they have these, because shit is different now. We didn't have damn dinner before pro day. No one was coming in. We didn't have a Will Levis where teams were coming in the night before. Teams came in that day. And a lot of them drove. So that's weird to me. But there's a reason for everything. We might not agree with the reason, but you as a parent should know the reason though.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't have to agree with it, but you shouldn't be coming on this show with only 2 people watching to ask us why your son's agent wasn't allowed in. You should have had that information prior to pro day. That's the part I don't like.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And pumpkin pie, I don't know if you're a female or a male. Don't really matter on this show because we friendly. We love everybody. But it's here, HEAR, not HRE. And it was me had a faster time. So,
boy, you luck out around.
Van was probably 30 pounds heavier than me.
Stop the cap.
I ran a 4.52.
I ran a 4.4.
Oh, did
pro day.
Oh, 4.40?
No, hell no.
Well, don't say 4.4 then.
That was 4.48 or 9, one of them.
So would you run at the combine?
4.7, I think.
I ran a 4.66.
So like combine, you was faster.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I ain't get to run it our real pro day. We had.
Oh, really?
That's what I told you. They
oh, yeah, you're right.
But like 3 teams wanted to see me. The Eagles, Green Bay, and somebody else. So they came, and we all worked out for them. And that's the only time I got. They said, dude, like I can dunk both feet. No shuffle or nothing. I can dunk 2 hands standing underneath the basket. And I was only 6 foot. But they said they had me at the combine at my vertical at 32 inches.
Oh, damn.
I don't even know if that's possible at 6 foot unless you got Tony Delk arms. But
so you're 6 foot, your hands is probably another foot above your head. You should have been at least 34 at worst because the ball is a diameter too. The ball's got to get above. You should have been at worst 36. At worst.
That's what I did at pro day.
Yeah, you should be at worst 36.
Yeah, you're right. He should have had.
Yeah, that's some bullshit there.
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious. Here's something I wanted to bring up, man. And I got a little tea on it, but I ain't really gonna spill it. So Vito get kicked off the team.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we know. Like people keep saying, what did he do? The question is, what didn't he do? Like, and it goes back to what we were saying before. Like, we gotta tighten this. We gotta reel these little jokers back in. Like, y'all just wild. You done been in legal trouble several times. Several. So if you late to class, if we tell you don't be late to class, don't miss class, don't miss this. I'm not telling y'all. I'm not saying what happened. I'm not speculating what happened. All we gonna talk about right now is him being off the team, and this is what I need to know from Van. We gonna start doing some stuff on a locker, man. Get this thing together. Because you a DB, and I know he don't give a damn about Van House. You won 1-10 one year, but if you had a chance to talk to Vito, what would this conversation be? Now I'm talking about not back when you play, you being who you are, and now even if he ain't gonna listen to you, he already kicked off the team.
Yeah,
because I feel sorry for him because I know how it feels to be kicked off the team, but I didn't do it, and it was probably warranted in his instance, but I think he just misguided. So somebody like Van House, may be able to redirect them. What would Van Halen say to young Vito Tisdale?
So here's the deal: is son, you have to take ownership and responsibilities for your actions. You're not gonna get covered up anymore. Like shit ain't gonna be thrown under the rug anymore. And here's the reason why. That's the byproduct of having a great program. See, because when we were here, some of that shit, depending on the coach, depending on how much depth you had in your position group, we might work with you a little bit. We might give you a third, fourth, fifth chance, right? But son, when you got Childress, when you got Geiger, when you got geez, now the guy who I said,
Love it.
Love
and
it.
Afari.
You got look, Kobe Albert left.
Ty Bryant coming in fresh.
Kobe Albert left because there was too many dudes. So understand this. Unless you're gonna go D2, every program you go to, you have to be responsible for your action because everybody's recruiting. The next recruiting class is trying to replace you. You don't want to be replaceable. The best way to be replaceable is to not be available. And the best way to not be available is not doing the little shit that the coaches ask you to do. It's simple as that. The other thing is, I'm sorry to say this, is we both wanted to play in the NFL for 10 years. The majority of guys don't. If your ass don't take advantage of that free opportunity to get that paper, because football only lasts this long. If you're fortunate enough to get a second contract, means you're in the league for about 4 to 5, 6 years. When you fucking quit, you're still only 30 years old. What else are you going to do with your life? And if you don't know, that's a problem because you have 4 fucking years minimum, maybe 5. And if you had a COVID year, you got 6. You got 6 years to figure out what your potential passion would be. Now, I know many guys, some guys I play in NFL with, who have regular, blue-collar, 9-to-5 jobs. Regular old jobs. Whatever you want to call a regular old job, a regular old job. Because some of them didn't take care of their actions in school and got the paper. I'm just telling you. It's something. Look, I'm going to tell you this. And this is totally honest because we're on the locker. Your boy went from making, $140,000 my rookie year to making $13 an hour as an engineer. Hear me. I went from making $140,000, that's not called my signing bonus, but that was a salary, to making $13 an hour as an engineer.
Right.
Now that shit don't happen anymore, but I'm just telling you. But the fall off is the same because these guys are making $600,000, $700,000 right now. So you're gonna fall off from $700,000 to what? 60? That's a fall off, my brother. So get your shit together and do the right thing. Now, unless you want to get back on the streets and do whatever street brothers do, I almost said the wrong word.
Locker, we'd have been here for 4 years and I don't think we want to.
I haven't slipped up yet, but I was close on that one. Woo, I was close. Boy, it was on the tip, boy. It was on the tip. If you want to do what street brothers do, go ahead. But that lifespan, dude, is very, very short. And you got everything at your disposal. And you are a dude when your stuff is tied together. So whatever opportunity you get next, treat it as a blessing, and God just bless you with another opportunity. Because a lot of people don't get a second opportunity. When you get that second opportunity, say, and this is humble yourself and say, I made a mistake. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Second question, part B of the question. Does he play again? in college? And does he play at a high level?
Look, man, I know some guys who had to face that hard reality. As I said on this show, I think 2 weeks ago. It's
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Craig East wasn't undrafted. Craig got drafted in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Bengals. But he did work at one of those spots, temps job.
I don't like to say this, but he's been enabled. And I hope he finds someone that can talk to him real and not enable him anymore. If that's the case, he's got the goods. It's not he's a really good player. It's the other shit he's got to take care of. And that's the hardest thing. It's easier to be a great kid and an average football player. If a coach takes the time, he can make you a better football player because you're doing all the shit right off the field. You're on time for meetings. You're in a weight room when you're supposed to be. You watch film when you're supposed to be. You watch extra film. You take care of your body, all that stuff. But you're not a great athlete. I can make you a better athlete. I can't make you great, but I can make you better. Now, if you're a guy who, when you get on the football field, in between that rectangle white chalk thing, you get on there and ball out. But outside the field, I don't know where the hell you are. You don't answer my call. You ain't never in your room. You ain't never in class. That's hard. I can't reach you. So honestly, you just said one of the biggest things earlier. And my answer would probably be no. Because you said Mark Stoops is the biggest players coach that we have ever seen. If you can't make it with him,
yeah,
I hope I'm wrong, but man, Stoops bent over backwards twice for players. Here's the worst part about it, Anthony. Is that the first time that Kentucky football Twitter put some shit out like that?
That is true. Now that is true.
So that means Stoops said, someone said, is this okay? Stoops was like, check. So damn.
Yeah, man, that's the damn truth, man.
I don't know. I'm gonna say this. I hope I'm wrong. That's why I'm gonna say this. I'm hope I'm wrong, but someone say no.
And my thing about what you just said is if he gonna play, it would kind of be like, the problem is, if you want to play, are you willing to play at EKU? Are you willing to, if it comes down, he has the talent, maybe Cincinnati, maybe, I don't know if he plays, he could play. He has the talent, like you said, he has the talent to play in the SEC, but like you said, once they start asking him, like, man, that's a whole roster spot, man. You gotta keep for him. Is he gonna be available the whole time? Apparently he reported to camp underweight. So
underweight?
Yeah, underweight after being on injury.
Who comes to camp underweight? Who comes to camp underweight and is a problem?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Damn, you did. I thought that too when I seen that. I was like, damn. They just said the dude kicked off the team like on the news.
It was hard. It was not like they ain't sugarcoated. It was like short and crisp. Done. Like, damn.
Another thing that's catching a lot of steam. Yeah, it's our last topic we get on off here. I had a couple of topics lined up, but we didn't have a good show. Last topic here. And I've been arguing all week, man. I was trying to look it up right now, man. Mm-hmm. So I told dude at work. Another topic that came up. Severe Wheeler enters transfer portal. Here they go. Here they come. Here they come. The woodwork. They out the woodworks with it. And I'm like, man, good for him, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's good for him, man. And but I told the dude at work, I want to see what your thoughts are. They didn't they I said, you know what pisses me off? If you look at the fucking season, we won one game in the tournament. And I said, was this team any better without Severe than it was? Now, the offense flowed differently. I don't think the expectation of the offense was the same when Severe was in. Like, I don't think he was pounding the rock because he wanted to.
Right.
I think that was his thing. You get the ball in the Oscar, and it's hard to make an entrance pass from the top of the key. It's better from the wings. So him just pounding the ball at the top of the key, I don't know. Whatever it was. I told my dude at work who's big gambling guy, big sports gambling guy, and he brought this up, and it made me pause. He said, well, when Severe went out, we weren't tournament bound. With him out, we were. Now I look at the schedule. We lost to Michigan State, Gonzaga, UCLA. We lost to some dogs. We didn't play that many dogs down the stretch. Now we did beat Tennessee several times. And so I don't know what your take is on it. And here's the other narrative y'all got to stop with the bullshit on. Well, he went down with an ankle injury and never returned. This, that, man. Look, I don't know what went on with him. I don't give a damn what went on. If he was my teammate and I knew in the locker room what it was, we cool. Like, they was talking about, well, he had attitude because he lost his starting spot. No. After a while, y'all making him the scapegoat. And I'm going to say this shit on air. Cal always going to find a scapegoat. He ain't never going to be the problem. Whenever the team ain't doing good, they don't listen to Cal. When the team is doing good, yeah, they finally started listening to Cal. Nah, man, damn that. And the only reason I'm saying that is not a knock on Cal, what I just said. Only reason I'm saying that, Van has kids. If somebody attacks if your kid do the wrong thing and they want to, whatever your kid, I'm assuming Van's going to say, take me. Let my kids go home. Take me. Even if the kid is dead wrong. And that's all Cal has to do. Don't send these people out. Don't send these people out in front of everybody when you making damn near $10 million a year. You a Hall of Fame coach. They cannot tarnish your rep. Your rep can't be tarnished. There's always going to be people who like you and love you. There's always going to be people who hate you and think you ain't the X's and O's coach. You just roll the ball out. Don't allow your players to be a scapegoat or a martyr.
I agree. The whole Severe thing is so stupid because the guy came back in one of the games and came off the bench. He was fine. He actually gave us great minutes. So it's like, look, man, I said this on here before. And I realize it more as the program isn't where people want it to be. One, we got a lot of fair weather fans, a lot of them. If everything's good, it's great. But if everything's bad, they want to jump off. Like, this sucks. This is the worst, blah, 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 blah. If you are a true fan, you support your team, win or lose. I don't give a damn. If you are a true fan, you go through the bad better than you go through the good. Because it's easy when shit's going good. That's a problem. Second problem. How can you, for me, maybe because I'm a former athlete, how can you be down on a kid? First of all, the kid, back-to-back, led the SEC in assists. He's a fucking true point guard. So he can't be bad. One of the teams he played on wasn't very good. That Georgia team wasn't good. All right? So to say he is horrible is stupid to me. Is he what we need as a point guard? Probably not. Because the legacy of point guards at UK is pretty damn strong. You go from John Wall to Shea to Ulyss. Like, that legacy is hard, man. And maybe, as I said here, fans their ego gets too big. Like they say, Cal can just roll the ball out on the court and we win games, I think fans think we just roll out that Kentucky across our chest and we should be XYZ. So Severe is a very good player for the right style of play. If you put if Severe played with Tyler Hero and Devin Booker on the court at the same time and put PJ Washington down in the post, I don't know who the other player could be. He is a great player because now he can get to the rim, throw it up alley-oop, or he can Someone's gotta lead their man. He dishes out to a shooter. That's his game. Our team this year wasn't built that way. And our team last year wasn't built that way. He's not a point guard that you can have with not two shooters on the court with him. And a post player who ain't got post moves and we trying to fucking feed him the whole game. That's not what he's good for. You put him in a 5-out offense, 5 out, the lane is open. He beats his man. Now they gotta help. That guy's over because he'll find you. So with the right program, he's a good player. Is he an NBA player? No. But damn, most of the players in college basketball are not. But can he be a solid point guard? Can he be a solid starting point guard? Yes. Is Khalid Alameen could lead UConn to where he led them? He's the same damn player.
And Cobby Cobbs and Zach LaVine been saying most of the year, especially when the Wheel of Hate first started, he wasn't put in lineups where he had people that can work, that can help his skill sets, distribute the ball. He ain't had nobody distribute. I go on deck and say this. Even when they moved Casey to the point, his productivity went down. Now the team prospered, but his productivity went down. And Casey ain't doing his Casey. Because when you at the point guard and all you're doing is distributing, that probably ain't Casey's strong point, but he did a really good job of it because he's smart. So,
Anthony, I have never seen you play high school basketball. I saw you in the rec league a little bit, all right? If you played for Golden State, you had Klay Thompson and Steph Curry as your running mates. And let's say, and they kept Wiggins in. I think you in NBA could get you 6 assists.
Oh, yeah.
Because them motherfuckers making. You know what I'm saying? With assists, they got to make the shot. How many times in high school basketball have you laid a dime and then motherfucker blew the layup? Or missed it and it's your turn? How many times you got a turnover when it should have been an assist? Like that kind of shit. If you playing with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, I can get the ball 3/4 cut on court, throw a baseball pass to Steph at the logo, he throw it up. That's my assist. What did I really do? So just think about it. For him, for Severe to lead the league back-to-back years in assists, without the best shooting teammates, that means he dropped dimes at the damn rim the majority of the time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this before we get on up out of here, man. Y'all need to get up off these players, man. I mean, like I said, we joke around with some of the players. You have fun with some of them, but y'all attacking these players as if, like Van said, we don't know if Severe has aspirations of going to the NBA, or to me, he's probably not an NBA talent, but he's coming out here laying it down. So y'all punk motherfuckers are talking about. He said, well, he came up with an ankle injury and he was mad because he ain't played. Man, people don't do that. People ain't cut like that. So whatever his reason for playing ain't none of your motherfucking business. You ain't putting on the uniform. And we so damn entitled, we just feel like, well, he ain't going out there and play for us, so I don't like him, or I'm going to say what I want to say to him. Man, y'all need to stop that bullshit, man. It don't help the program. And from 2 former players, I'm letting you know. Like that ain't cool. If I have a bad game and you say I ain't throwing no hands. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna throw no hands. But you ain't gonna walk right up to me and be like, man, you fucked up last game. You played like shit.
Right.
You gonna catch hands. No.
Dude, these kids are fucking 18. I mean, Oscar might be 26. I don't know how old Oscar is. They're 18 to 22, 23-year-olds. Think of what your ass did when you were 18 or 23 years old in college. Just think about that. And these guys have a lot on their plate right now. And I'm gonna say this, and then I'm done. As a guy who was a student athlete, and as a guy who came back to college as just a student, and I worked, it's much easier being a student and work than it is being a student athlete. I was on both ends of the spectrum. It's much easier being a student. And here's the deal. I worked in Louisville. So I had to drive all the way to campus after working the night shift. So trust me, it's easier to be a student that works than to be a student athlete. And these kids go through way more than any of y'all can ever imagine. And some of that shit, like I was 12 hours away from home, some of the shit happened at home that I just couldn't get back to. I had people who died on me when I was in college that I couldn't get back home because my responsibility, as my parents said, you are a student athlete up there. No, we handle this down here. You handle your business up there. So there's a lot of shit that I miss. I had a damn sister who's 12 years younger than me. I miss all of her shit. And we didn't have shit where you can stream and show videos. We didn't have that. So I missed a lot of her basketball career. So there's a lot of shit that these young men have to go through that we will never know until he gets drafted. And then you have all these little stories about me like, oh, damn, I didn't know that. There's a lot of shit that y'all don't know.
If anybody got the connection, if anybody got the hookup to Severe, he come on the locker. He can tell his side of the story.
Facts.
So everybody's waiting for him to come. They say he's supposed to go to K-State, Kansas State. They said after they look at, I guess, to do with Noel. I don't know. I mean, he ain't gonna shoot like Noel, but I guess a smaller point guard to control the rock. So
yeah,
wish the man nothing but the best, man.
For sure.
I wouldn't mind him coming on here to tell his side of the story. That way we can defend him. Don't punches with him.
For sure.
Anyways, we appreciate you all for joining us again for episode 12. Please go on over to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Like, subscribe, share, follow. And join us back next week. Until then, we'll see you.